So, in the last class, we started the chapter shear force and bending moment diagram, and today we will discuss the second part of this chapter, that is shear force and bending moment diagram for simply supported beam or SSB. So, at first, before starting today's class, you all must make sure that you are very much familiar with the sign conventions, because today also it will be applicable in each and every step of this uh, topic. And uh, now, what is a simply supported beam? Simply supported beam is a beam in which two of the ends are not fixed, they are just supported, they are simply supported. So in these two supported points there are two reactions. Suppose it is a beam A and B. A and B are the end points and it is supported at these 2 points. Now there will be two reaction forces at A and B. They are defined as RA and RB. So at first we need to find out the value of RA and RB. So what is the procedure to find out RA and RB? We need to take moments about any of the end points, either A and B. If we take moment about A, as the beam is in equilibrium, so it will be in the summation of moments will be 0, that we discussed in the last day, that the condition of equilibrium and for statically determinate structure, for all these things we discussed in details in last class. So if it is in equilibrium, the moment about any point, the summation of moments at any point will be 0. So if we take moment about A, so there will be how many forces? Two forces. One is reaction at B, that is RB, and the other is W. So RB will produce a moment anti-clockwise and W will produce a moment clockwise, and both will be summation of both will be equal. So as they are in opposite sign, so moment due to RB will be moment due to W. So here we have mentioned that moment with respect to point A, that is RB into L, moment is force into distance, perpendicular distance is L, equals to W into perpendicular distance L by 2. So here we are getting the value of reaction at B, that is RB, that is W by 2. And what is RA? The total downward force is W. So RB and RA both are upward. So if RB is W by 2, so RA will be this minus this. Okay. So RA is W minus W by 2. And you can also calculate RA by taking moment about point B. Okay. So now we got the reactions at point A and B. Now what will be the shear force diagram at first? The same procedure, we are starting from point B. So now X is a variable point. It is at a distance X from point B. So now if the point X is going from B to A, then when it is moving from B, then the total shear force at the right hand side, RHS of B, is RB, and it is upward. We know that in case of shear force, all the right hand side forces follows the sign convention opposite to y axis. So if RB is upward means towards positive y axis, so the sign of RB will be opposite, that is negative. So we all know the value of RB is W by 2. So at B the shear force will be minus W by 2. So here it is denoted as minus. So now the point X moves up to C, the shear force does not change, it remains same. So at point C, the downward force W acts on the beam. So the shear force denotes a change because a new force comes here. So here, as the point X crosses point C, then there will be two forces on the right hand side of point X, that is upward RB and downward W, and there will be one single force in the left hand side of point X, that is RA. So according to sign convention, we can get that all the left hand side forces will follow the y-axis. So upward forces will be positive y, so positive. So here RA will be positive. And now we can get from both the sides. If the point X is here, we can calculate either LHS or RHS. And if we get the RHS, there will be two forces, RB upward and W downward. So the resultant force will be plus W by 2 downward. So in case of RHS forces, downward forces will be opposite to y-axis, means positive. So it will be also positive. So at point C, when W acts, then the sign changes. Okay. So now we need to calculate the bending moment diagram. So what will be the bending moment diagram? So similar process, we are starting from point B. This point B we are starting. So at point B, the force RB is acting. So the distance between the point and the force is 0. The perpendicular distance is 0. So moment will be 0. So as this point X moves from B to this direction in left hand side, the moment gets increased linearly because the perpendicular distance, that is X, it gets increased, and moment is RB into X. So till point C, the only force in the right hand side is RB. So moment is RB into X. So at point C, the moment is how much? RB into X, and at C, X is L by 2. So moment is RB into L by 2. That means W by 2 into L by 2, that is WL by 4. That, and at point C, if we calculate from the left hand side also, we get that RA into L by 2, that is W by 2 into L by 2, that is same thing, and it changes linearly. So it is positive because the moment due to RB and moment due to RA. And again, we are going back to the sign convention, that is bending moment due to any forces, it always follows y-axis. So any bending moment due to upward force will be positive, and bending moment due to downward force will be negative. So here the bending moment due to RA at this point will be positive, and similarly bending moment at point C due to RB will be positive. Now if you are interested to take bending moment not from both the sides A and B, if you are interested in taking from only a single side, either right hand side or left hand side, then what will happen? Suppose this point X is at between A and C, anywhere at here. So now you are taking the right hand side. So what will be the bending moment? That is the point X is here, and X is the distance from point B to point X. Then the bending moment will be bending moment due to RB minus bending moment due to W, that is RB into X minus W into x minus L by 2, that is this distance. So you will get the similar diagram if you take from any single side also. So you can do and make it yourself and see what is comes. So now we are taking that the load is not acting in the at the midpoint, it is acting at eccentrically, that is uh, the both the distances from the two ends are not equal. So now the same thing, A and B are the two end points, and the load acting at point D, that is at a distance small a from A and small b from B. So what will be the shear force? At first we need to determine the two reaction forces by the same procedure, that taking moments about point A we will get RB, or taking moments about B we will get RA, or if we get any forces like RA and RB, then we can get the other by subtracting it from the total downward load W. So we are getting that RA equals to WB by L and RB equals to WA by L. So RB will be negative. So as like the previous problem, that the point X is here anywhere. So the only right hand side forces will be positive, so it will be negative. And at point D it will change its sign, okay, from negative to positive, or we are if we start from point A, then at D it will change its sign from positive to negative. So now bending moment, what is bending moment? That at point D the bending moment due to RB will be RB into distance, that is B. So RB is WA by L and distance is B, so WAB by L. So at point D it will be WA by L, and as the force RB is upward, so it will follow the y-axis, similar to y-axis, that is it will be plus. So at point D the moment will be plus WAB by L, and if we start from the left hand side also, it will be RA into the distance, that is A. So RA is WB by L and distance is A, so it will be same thing, WAB by L. Okay, so now we are considering a problem, that is the multiple loads are acting on a simply supported beam. So here AB is a beam, it has a length 4 meter. So here three forces are acting on the beam. So 4 Newton, 10 Newton and 7 Newton. Again, from starting by the similar procedure, we need to find out the value of RA and RB by taking moments about A and B. If we take moment about B, then what will happen? The only upward force is RA. So RA into 4 equals to 4 Newton into the distance is 6.5 meter plus 10 Newton into 4 plus 7 Newton into 2. So by calculating we will get that RA, the value of RA is 10, and is RA is 10, the total downward force is 21. So RA is upward is 10. So the rest upward force RB will be 11. So at first we need to calculate RA and RB. Then we are going to draw the shear force diagram by the same procedure. So at first we are considering the point X between A and C. Now we are starting from the point A, and if the point X is between A and C, so the only left hand side force of point X will be RA. So RA is upward, so it will follow the left hand side of shear force will always follow y axis, so RA will be plus positive, so it is plus 10. Then at C 4 Newton applies, so it changes its sign, so it becomes 10 to 6, the 10 minus 4 6, and now again it moves towards right hand side, and at point D it again changes its sign. So if the point X is situating between C and D, then what will happen? Here we have started from point A. So the shear force will be, that is upward force Ra minus 4, because for left hand side shear force we will follow the y axis. So upward will be positive and downward will be negative. So here if the point X is between C and D, then it will be 10 minus 4, that is 6, and at point D it will changes, because if we crosses the point D, then again there will be minus 10. So it will be 6 minus 10 equals to minus 4. So at point D it will be from plus 6 to minus 4. Then if we move towards point E, then it will remain minus 4. Then at point E it will again change its sign. So if we consider the point X from this side, the point B, then we can get the same result. Okay, that if the point X is between B and E, then the only upward force will be RB, and for right hand side it will follow the opposite to the y axis. So upward force will means negative shear force. So RB is 11, so it will be minus 11. So that is minus 11. So now what will be the bending moment? The bending moment at point E. Bending moment at point E will be due to from the right hand side due to only RB. So RB into the distance 2 meter. So here RB is 11 and distance is 2. That is, it will be 11 into 2, that is 22. And when it crosses point E, it will be RB into this distance minus 7 into this distance. So at D it will be RB into 4 minus 7 into 2. And from if we calculate from this side also, it will be at C it will be RA into 1.5, and at D it will be RA into 4 minus 4 into 2.5. Okay, so we can calculate all the bending moment at different points, and it will change linearly. Now in the next problem we are considering a simply supported beam where a uniform distributed load or UDL is acting throughout its length. Its length is L from A to B, and the value of the UDL is small w per unit run, means per unit length, that is W per millimeter or W per meter. So now what will be the total load? Total load will be W into total length, that is WL will be total load. Okay, and it will act in which point? It will act at the center of gravity, that is midpoint, that is at L by 2. So here also, if we need to calculate the value of RA and RB at first. So taking moment about point B, we can get the value of RA. That is, if we take moment with respect to point B, then only upward force will be RA, and the distance is L. So RA into L will be equals to RA into L will be equals to the moment due to downward force, that is WL into L by 2. So WL is force and the distance is L by 2. So RA into L equals to WL into L by 2. So you will get the value of RA, that is WL by 2. Now we are considering the point X from at a distance small x from point A. So now what will be the shear force at X? That will be the shear force at point X will be the upward force Ra minus downward force of this section of this part, that is that the total downward force is Wx, small w into x. So Ra is WL by 2 minus Wx. So this will be the shear force at x. We have written that Fx here. And what will be the bending moment at x? The bending moment will be Ra into this distance minus here the force Wx is acting at the midpoint. So at a point x by 2. So moment is Wx into x by 2, that is Wx square by 2. So the bending moment at point x will be Ra into x minus Wx square by 2. Okay, and it will be positive because Ra is upward and that is downward. So the value of it will follow the positive y-axis. So now, in case of shear force, we have got the value of Ra and Rb, that is Ra is plus WL by 2 and it is minus WL by 2. And the equation for Fx, you can see here that it is a linear equation. The power of x is 1. So it will change linearly. So if we draw a straight line between plus WL by 2 and minus WL by 2, then we can get the shear force diagram. And in case of bending moment diagram, you can get that it is WL by 2 into x minus Wx square by 2. So here the power of length or x or here L into x, so the power is 2. So it will be a parabolic equation. So the bending moment diagram, it will changes its value parabolically. So it will be a parabolic diagram. So it will 0 at point A and 0 at point B, and in between there will be a parabola, and the value of the bending moment will be maximum at the midpoint. Okay, so what will be its value? We already got the equation for point x. The bending moment at point x is that it is, and at the midpoint the x will be L by 2. So if we replace x by L by 2, then you can get the value of bending moment at midpoint. So here it has done, so that is WL square by 8. It will be the value of maximum bending moment. Okay, so now if the load is distributed partially, it is not distributed throughout the length, then what will happen? Suppose here the same load is distributed through a distance small a. Again, by the same procedure, at first we need to calculate the value of Ra and Rb. So taking moments about point B, we can get the clockwise moment is Ra into L, and anti-clockwise moment is the downward force here is Wa. Okay, and the distance is how much? WSEA is acting at the midpoint. So the midpoint is A by 2 from A. So the distance of this midpoint from B is L minus A by 2. Okay, L minus A by 2 will be distance. So the moment is Wa into distance, that is L minus A by 2, that is written here. So the equation will be this. From this equation we can get the value of Ra, and again the value of Rb will be how much? Rb will be R minus Ra, that is Rb will be W minus that is total downward load minus Ra. So total downward force is Wa minus Ra. So here Rb will be W square by 2L by calculating. So now what will be the shear force at point X? Here we have got, we are taking a point X at a distance x from A. So the equation will be Ra shear force at point X, that is Ra minus the force in this portion, that is W into X. So Ra minus W into X, it will be shear force, and bending moment will be the same procedure like this problem, previous problem. So bending moment will be Ra into X minus this force into distance, that is moment. So here distance is the force at up to point X, that is Wx, and it is acting at at X by 2. So the bending moment will be force into x by 2 distance. So it is written here. Okay, and the diagram will look like for shear forces it will changes its sign, that is the for shear force diagram the sign will changes up to which the load is acting. Here we got the force Ra, that is Wa into L minus A by 2 by L, that is, and Rb is this. So it will changes its sign up to which the force is acting, then it will be constant. And again for drawing the bending moment diagram up to this point, like suppose this point is C, up to which the force is acting. So up to this point the only bending moment in the right hand side will be due to Rb. So Rb into this length, that is L minus A. So this will be the bending moment up to at the point C. Okay, it will change linearly. Then due to the uniform distributed load, the bending moment will be parabola. So it will change its sign parabolically. So we are discussing a problem about this point in the next example, but you need to remember that for point load the bending moment changes linearly, but for uniformly distributed load it changes parabolically. And shear force also for point load it becomes a straight line parallel to the beam, parallel to the axis, but in case of uniform distributed load it becomes a straight line inclined to the beam and inclined to the axis. So now here it is an example of this type of problem. Okay, so here AB is a beam of length 6 meter. Now a force uniformly distributed load 5 kilonewton per meter is acting up to point C, that is up to 3 meter from B, that so point C is midpoint. So what will be the bending moment diagram? Like similarly Rb we are taking moment about point A. Okay, so Rb into distance 6 equals to the downward force is 5 into 3, that is total force, and it is acting at midpoint. So 3 by 2, that is 1.5 meter from B. So distance of this point from A is 6 minus 1.5, that is 4.5. Okay, so Rb is this much, and what is Ra? Ra is total downward minus Rb. Total downward is 5 into 3 minus Rb, so it is 3.75. So we got Ra and Rb. So what will be the shear force diagram? Here similarly, if we take a point X, like the previous problem, the same procedure. If we are taking point X from this point, so only upward force is W. So Rb. So Rb is negative, and here if we take X from this side, then Ra will be plus. So this will be plus. So up to point C, the left hand side, there is no change in the force, so it will be constant. But from C it will changes. So now it will changes and become minus 11.25 at point B. So it will be 0 at any medium point. So what is the point where the shear force becomes 0? So to know this, we need to go back to the geometry. So here it is a triangle and it is also a triangle. Suppose this point, the intersecting point is D. Okay, so this triangle equals to the equivalent to this triangle. So we know that the equivalence of triangle. So here the ratio of the two sides of the two triangles will be same for any equivalence triangle. So here the height is 3.75 and here the height is 11.25. Here base is x and here the base for this triangle is 3 minus x. So we are equating it and we are getting that x equals to 0.75. So this distance is 0.75. So here what will be the bending moment? Like the previous problem, same procedure. So it will be and we already know that at the point where the shear force becomes 0, where the bending moment becomes maximum. From where we know this from the previous example that from here where the shear force becomes 0, where the bending moments becomes maximum, and from here also where shear force becomes 0, bending moment becomes maximum. Why? Because you know that bending moment is a second order equation, that is where bending moment, the power of x is 2, and for shear force it is a linear equation, power of x is 1, and from the chapter of maxima minima in mathematics that we have already done, and differentiation, that for any, if we calculate the differentiation or derivation of any second order equation and then equal it to 0, then the value of x at which the derivation becomes 0, it will be the maximum. It will give the maximum value for the second order equation. So here the value of x at where it becomes 0 will give the maximum value of bending moment, and it will be equal to, so now we need to equal the bending moment at this point. Okay, so that is maximum bending moment. Suppose it is point B, so what will be the bending moment about this point? So here it is calculated here, that is from this side the moment due to force 3.75 is 3.75 into the distance, that is 3 plus 0.75, and minus the moment due to this portion. So how much moment is this portion? That is, the force is 5 into 0.75, that is force, and the distance is at midpoint, so 0.75 by 2, this distance by 2, so 5 into 0.75 into 0.75 by 2, so it is 12.6, so it is the maximum bending moment here. The rest is parabola, like the shape of this UDL will be parabola like the previous problem. Okay, so now we are going to the next type, that is uniformly varying load, UVA, for simply supported beam. So here the uniformly varying load is distributed like this. So the maximum load reaches at midpoint. It is starting from 0 at the both the ends, A and B is starting 0 and reaching W at the midpoint. So here the total load will be the area of the triangle, as we discussed in the last class. For UVL, total load is area of triangle. So here it is height W and base L, so half into W into L, that will be total load. So now what will be the RA? RA is the total load by 2, or you can also calculate it by taking moments about any of the 2 points A or B. Okay, so here if you take moments about point B, here the total load will act at midpoint. Okay, because here the center of gravity is it is median. So here, so if you take moment about point B, so then RA into L will be half into W into L into L by 2. Okay, so from these you can get the value of RA, and from the similar procedure, that total load minus RA, you can get the value of RB, and it will become WL by 4. So RA and RB will be WL by 4. Now we are considering a point X. Okay, so point X at a distance small x from point A. So what will be the load at point X? So here in the last class we discussed about the unitary method and to calculate the load at any point. Here that was x by L into W, but here the W reaches, the value of W reaches at a distance L by 2, not L. The value of W reaches at L by 2. So there the rate of loading is x by L by 2 into W. So this is the rate of loading. So at a distance small x, the load will be 2Wx by L. So you can also calculate the value by using unitary method, by same method, that is the W becomes at a distance L by 2. So what will be the weight at at point x? So it will come as 2Wx by L. Now what will be the shear force at point x? Shear force at point x will be that Ra minus the load. So the load of this triangle up to point x. So this triangle will be, that is base x, and the height is this much, 2Wx by L. So the shear force will be Sx, that is Ra minus half into height into base. Okay, and the bending moment will be how much? Bending moment will be the same thing into distance, that is Ra into x minus this much into x by 3. Here the total load is acting at a distance x by 3. So now you can see that the equation of shear force is the second order equation of x. So it will be parabolic equation, and the equation of bending moment, it is a cubic equation of x. So the graph of bending moment will be cubic curve. Okay. So now here the reaction at A, so shear force at A is WL by 4 and shear force at B is minus WL by 4. As you can take the point X from point B, the distance X from point B. So the right hand side only upward force will be RB. So in the right hand side shear force, the sign convention, that becomes negative. So that negative, and there will be a parabolic curve between them. So at the midpoint the shear force will become 0. Okay, at the midpoint. So there will be the maximum bending moment at midpoint. So if we replace the x by L by 2, then you can get the bending moment at midpoint, and the value will be WL square by 2L. It will be the maximum bending moment. And at last, if the uniform varying load is distributed like this, that 0 at one end and W at the other end, then what will be here the rate of loading is Wx by L, not L by 2. Here it is L by 2, because the W becomes because the load becomes W at L by 2, but here the load becomes W at L. So here it will be Wx by L. So by the same procedure, you need to take moment with respect to point A or B. If you take the moment about point B, so what will happen? Ra into L equals to total load is how much? W into L into half, that is area, half into base into height, so half WL. So the total load will be half WL into the distance is how much? It is L by 3. Okay, so the moment is total load into distance L by 3. So you can get the value of Ra. It will be WL by 6. Similarly, subtracting this value from total downward load, that is half into W L, the value of RB will be WL by 3. So Ra will be WL by 6 and RB will be WL by 3. So by similar process, that is taking a point X at a distance X from this side, it will be positive and it will be negative. So now again the shear force curve will be a parabolic curve. so shear force. So the because the value of shear force at point X will be, that is Ra minus the area of this triangle. So this at this triangle at X, W will be Wx by L. Okay, that is height. Height will be Wx by L and base will be X. So the total load is half into height into base. Okay, so this will be shear force at point X, and bending moment, you need to multiply the forces with their distances. So the force is Ra into distance is X, and here the total load is this, and it acts at a point X by 3 from X. So you need to multiply this from X. The same procedure like the previous one, this one. So here shear force is a second order equation of X, and bending moment is a power of X is 3. So it will be a parabolic curve and it will be a cubic curve. Now, you need to draw a parabola between these RA and RB. So it intersects it becomes 0 at L by 3. How could we get that? If you equate the shear force equation to 0, that is, it becomes 0 here. So you can get the value of X, the distance of X, where it becomes 0. From this, it comes L by root 3. You can do it yourself. That is, if you equate this equation to 0, you can get a value of X. This value will be equal to L by root 3. And now, if we put the value of X in the equation of bending moment, then you will get the maximum value of bending moment at this point. Okay, and the curve will be a cubic curve. So we are ending the BM and SF diagram for simply supported beam here, and the next day we will discuss one or two examples from these types, and we will discuss about the overhanging, and the chapter will be complete.